Welcome to Enlightenment Unknown, Life of a Spiritual Nomad. My name is Wes Coons, and welcome back. I tell you what, we've had some of the best guests, but we have somebody super special today. I've been waiting a long time to meet this young lady. And the fun thing is, I just met her like 3 minutes ago, so I don't know anything about her. So Amber, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
So Amber, and it's Amber Lane, right?
Mm-hmm. Amber Lane, yeah.
So you think I know your last name, right?
My government, yes.
Yes, ma'am. So when I was looking at your bio says you are an identity and embodiment coach, and you primarily work with ladies, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So what is that? Help me understand, and the listeners understand, what do you do?
So a lot of women come to me and they feel disconnected from themselves. A lot of times we have a lot of shame or things that were put onto us by others that we need to release because they don't serve us anymore. They're not helping us be our best selves. They're not helping us live our best life. They're actually hindering that. So I help women through audios, through journaling, through whatever method works best for them, release those limiting beliefs, release those things that told them, don't step into your power, don't take up space, don't be more.
Sure.
Everyone thinks they should stay small to keep the peace. But what happens if we decide to step into our power? Like, does it have to be that the peace is gone?
No, I understand. Well, I took some training, I don't know, a couple years ago, and one of the things that we went through was learning how to take up space. You know, for me, in the past, if you invited me over for dinner, I would be so self-conscious, I wouldn't even ask for a glass of water. And I didn't know how to take up that space. So learning how to be present, that it's okay for you to be who you are. It took me a while to get through that and to learn how to do that. So that's cool.
It helps so much with relationships once you do that work. When 4 years ago, I met my boyfriend's family. And I was so nervous. My face started swelling up. They were talking to me, but I hadn't done enough of the work to be confident taking up space and to be authentically me. So I was kind of quiet. I was just keeping to myself. And they were like, well, we don't really know about her. She didn't say much. She was, you know what I mean? Like, she didn't make an effort to talk to the family enough. But I was just freaking out on the inside because I didn't have that inner self-knowing and worth. So I was kind of just like muting myself so I could be pleasant to them. But really, it came off as I was cold or I was detached. So now that I've done the work and I go visit them, I'm like, hi, hugs, you know what I mean? It's just helped so many relationships in my life once I started trusting myself, once I started knowing my worth, once I stopped abandoning myself, once I got more confidence. It all starts with you.
That's right. So what I hear you saying is you went within to find the power. You didn't go out to an outside source, correct?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. Somebody on the show's listening to this. They're clearly going to relate to the story. Where would they start? How do you do that? It's easier said than done.
Start with loving yourself. I always tell people, start with you. Because when you change your internal, and you're not in a relationship yet, but you want to be, and you go out on a date, and you don't have your self-worth like up there. So you haven't been working on your self-worth. You go on this date, and the man tells you he wants you to pay. And you're like, oh, okay, I should pay. Like, you know, I'm here to blah, blah. You work on yourself, and a man says you should pay. You're like, why? I paid for my hair. I paid for my nails. I paid for this. Do you not value me being here, showing up? My presence is your present. And once I did that work, I showed up differently, and the universe started responding. Abundance is more than just money. Abundance is more about energy and how we attract things into our life. So when you have self-worth and you really love yourself, things are coming to you all around you in every way possible. They're trying to get to you because you have that worth, which makes you a magnet to all the goodness.
So basically, what I hear you saying is you start to change the way you speak to yourself, right?
The way you speak to yourself, the way you show up, all of it, yeah.
Yeah. I try to focus on stuff, and I try to focus on me and the words I say, and I've noticed lately I've struggled with that. And so this morning when I was getting ready, I'm reflecting. I'm like, where am I not being authentic in my life? Because it's bleeding out in different things. It's bleeding out in the way maybe I'm judging somebody, maybe the way I'm speaking to myself, anger starting to show up. And when I find that I do that, I start to find where I've stopped being authentic, right?
Yeah, you have some kind of energy leak.
Hmm.
So you find right now that you are having these issues, these emotions and stuff like that?
Hmm.
Have you like took yourself on a date? Have you done any self-care? Have you done anything for you?
Well, I don't know. Doing stuff for me sometimes can be a challenge. That's one of the things I've been working through. When you came in, I said excuse the construction because I've got some upgrades going on. So I'm putting together this healing room that
Mhm.
has a sauna and a cold plunge in there. So hopefully the HVAC people are coming today. But yeah, I'm trying to do that, and that has not really been easy for me in my life.
But
I've
every
not put
day in the
myself.
day to day, it could
Hmm.
just be taking 2 minutes. I used to, so weird. I don't know if my boyfriend's gonna let me talk about this, but I used to stand in front of the mirror naked and I would just look at myself. Because as women, we take a photo and we
Hmm.
pick it apart. We pick it apart. Every time we see ourselves, walk by the mirror, oh, my hair is a mess. Let me fix this. And
Sure.
we don't have to be so perfect.
Mhm.
So I started doing this mirror work. And one day I decided to just be with myself, completely me. And the first day was very uncomfortable. I was like, oh, look at that. Oh, this has got
Mhm.
bigger. Cellulite, great. I should work out more. And I did it and I did it for 2 weeks. And finally, I was able to stay in front of the mirror for a whole 2 minutes. And I started coming to the mirror and being like, oh, my smile looks nice today. Oh, my skin's clear. And I stopped
Nice.
coming to the mirror with judgment.
Mhm.
I started coming with compassion.
Mhm.
So I would say just try some feminine activities to get you into that
I will
receiving and
do that.
feeling that love for yourself.
Mhm.
I love being a woman, and I don't think we celebrate it as much as we should.
Sure. Well, I was talking to Kelsey last night, and she was telling me basically the same thing. Shout out to Kelsey for giving me some good advice and pushing me when I don't want to be pushed. But we grow up and we have that cage that society puts on us, the cage that our family puts on us. Maybe depending on what your culture is, the cage that comes with that culture, right? And then at some point, we agree to stay there. And I believe as adults, when you're a child, it's one thing, but when you become an adult, I believe it's our responsibility to start looking at what's going on in our life. I don't think we necessarily get to say, hey, I was molested as a child, which I was, and so this is why my behavior is this way, and it gives me the free ride to do whatever I want to do. I believe it's our responsibility as adults to look at how can I heal what's haunted me? Because this isn't what we're here to do. We're not here to
Mhm.
suffer.
1000%. I say
Yeah.
that every day. If you
Hmm.
want to suffer through life, go ahead. You don't get bonus points. I want to live an abundant life. I want to have a good
Yep.
time. I want to be happy. I want a soft life. I know some people are like, oh, whatever. That's me. That's what I'm here for. Be
Sure.
here for what you want, but
Sure.
have a good time.
Well, I think also having a relationship with yourself, I think a lot of people have a hard time having a relationship with money. And I remember when I was 14, I had my first business and I'm pushing this lawnmower down the street. And I don't know why I said it, but I said it out loud. I said, I make money easily and I've always made money easily. I don't have a negative relationship with money. What would you suggest if somebody does have a negative relationship with money? How would you suggest that they shift that?
Okay, so again, self love is the base of everything. Money is the energy. If you don't see your worth, then
Hmm.
how are you expecting money to come to you? Money is a relationship. Okay, say you're dating again and you meet a guy and you're like, oh my God, he's so cute. I love him. I want him to come home with me. I want to get married. I want this. That guy's going to be like, whoa, she's crazy.
Hmm.
Money is the same way. If you're obsessing about it and trying to get it and saying you need it, all you're doing is repelling it.
Hmm.
But when you love yourself and you're giving to others freely, that can be a compliment. It doesn't mean you have to buy someone. You
Sure.
can give good energy that isn't money and still be in abundance.
Hmm.
And you only have to switch it to the dominant vibration. And once you do that, things start flowing to you. But you have to have a strong sense of self and self-worth for anything to come to you. In my experience, love, money, whatever it is, it starts with you.
It does. It
It
does.
all does.
Yeah, I've heard that my entire life. It starts with you. It's inside you. It's this or it's that. I think for me, the very first thing that I did that went inside was when somebody told me to date myself. And of course, maybe in me, I had a smart ass comment with that. But what she was saying is, if I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to look at my wife or my girlfriend and say, hey, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're weak, you make me sick. Nobody's going to love you. I would never say those words to anybody, but I said them to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I started to look at that, and when I would say the negative thought, I'd be like, all right, I see that. I'm not going to do it again. Then 13 seconds later, when I did it again, I would say it again over and over. And after a while, that started to shift.
I do the same thing. I go, oh, that no longer serves me. And if
Mhm.
it comes back, it still doesn't serve me. It can
Yeah.
come back as much as it wants. This doesn't make it any different.
Mhm.
No longer here
Yeah.
for that.
So what does embodiment coach mean? Help me understand what that means.
So let's say you're working towards a goal. You want to be fit, rich, whatever it is. You have to become the person. You've heard before, be, do, have, and everyone just wants to have.
Sure.
But you have to be the person who would allow that in. So I'm hoping by this time next year, I will be a millionaire. But I can't just be like, okay, I'm a millionaire.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not real. I have to start embodying it, acting as if, until our identities collapse and become one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say, I want to lose weight, and you decide you're going to start going to the gym, and you go to the gym a couple of times and you're just like, I don't know. But you haven't really identified as the person who goes to the gym, identified as the person who's going to work out and take care of her body and eat nutritious food. No, you just like, oh, this is my goal.
Sure.
But you really need to make sure your goal matches your values and your identity so you're not sabotaging yourself. So you're not creating this internal conflict of, I want to go to the gym because that's my goal. Doom scrolling is way safer and comfortable and I don't have to drive.
Yeah.
But if you're really identifying as the person who goes to the gym and you're identifying as a bodybuilder or whatever, you're not going to stay in bed and doom scroll.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get out of that bed because you're the bad bitch who works out.
Yeah. So is doom scrolling, is that when you're on social
on your
media?
phone,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And that, God, I've never heard it called that. That resonates. That does, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I mean,
It will
we're
suck your
in
life
our
away.
feminine when we're scrolling and we're just receiving everything that the internet has to give us. Doesn't mean it's good for us. Doesn't mean it's true. You know what I
Sure,
mean? We're
sure.
just allowing all of that in. So yeah, doom scrolling.
Yeah, it's funny. People live this perfect life on social media, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone's life is perfect on social media.
Yeah. Well, that's why I just put pictures of my dog. It makes it easy.
True.
Which you didn't get to meet her today. Normally she's with me on Tuesdays, but it was nice, and she's at doggy daycare.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Where do you go for doggy daycare around here?
We go to Great Neck Doggy Daycare.
Okay, we go to Happy Tails in Norfolk. We're big
Nice.
dog people. I'm fostering a dog right now.
What kind of dog do you have?
So I have a golden retriever, and then we just she was in North Carolina, and she was found, and she had the worst case of mange, and she was just covered her whole body. So they flew her to Virginia and brought her to me, and she's been with me for the last 3 days. It's with Saving Chance Rescue, so they're gonna help find a home for her, and I'm just waiting for that to happen. But it's my 4th foster dog. It's very fun. They're all very different.
That's cool. And that poor baby. At least she's getting to experience love.
It was
Yeah.
her first time being in a bed or a warm house. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I got all the treats, all the things.
Yeah, we take that for granted, and that love not everybody gets it. Right?
Or a warm bed. There's so many things that we take for granted. And again, with our spiritual work, this is why gratitude is important.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I want women to have wealth, because when women have wealth, oh, look, I'm helping the animals. Oh, I'm helping small business. Oh, I'm helping other women.
Mm-hmm.
So abundance is so,
And they're not being stuck in a relationship that they feel like they can't leave,
oh my gosh.
right?
My favorite thing about money is that it gives you the power to say no.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many women who stay stuck in relationships or in jobs because they don't know what they would do if they didn't have that money.
Yeah.
And they're too scared to make a change.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I see that all the time. And it's, you see that individual's light dim because they're stuck in this situation that they can't do anything about.
Well, they're dimming their light. They're people
Mm-hmm.
pleasing. They're abandoning themselves to keep the
Mm-hmm.
peace. But when you start working with me and looking at your life and thinking, maybe I don't want this anymore. I'm refusing to take that to the next level. Like, and start looking at it, you get more confidence. And once you get more confidence, someone tells you something that doesn't align with you,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Yep.
You have the power to say no.
That's right. Hey, have you seen in the news where these monks have been walking from
Oh, yes.
Texas to, they're up in DC area right now?
Mm-hmm.
That's been pretty cool to watch.
Oh my God, it's so cool. My aunt went. I did not go. Unfortunately, I had to pick up the kids from school. But she said just being around them made her feel like at peace and like good
Mm-hmm.
energy. And she's been really stressed out because she watches the news a lot in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was good to see her light come back after her going to see that, because
Nice.
it really made her feel like there are people who still care. There are, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
good energy in the world.
Yeah, I think they have some big meditation or something tomorrow night. And I wish I had paid attention earlier, or at least seen it earlier. I don't watch the news, so the news just takes me down a rabbit hole of pain and misery, right? Because we can't change it, right? I can't change those things. But I was listening to him talk about how they were on this journey and they walked, I don't know, like 2,000 miles or something. Their feet are blistered, and through the rain, through the snow, through everything. And he said, not everybody's been nice to us. People would cuss at us, and the guys with the big trucks would hit the gas and dump the diesel smoke on them. And he said, you know what I do when they do that to me is I smile and I say a prayer to them. I said, peace upon you, or something like that, he said. And he said that basically, I'm not going to allow somebody to destroy my day. You're not going to take the monk out of me. I started laughing when he said that. He said, you're not going to take the monk out of me. You know, I am here to serve, to be of peace, and I'm sure there's lots of other things that they do, but I really thought that just kind of stuck in my head. He said, you're not going to take the monk out of me.
Yeah, he's not going to be reactive. He's not here for anything other than peace. So that's what he's going to give. That's what he is embodying peace. It's in him. He's radiating it. Even when someone comes at him with negative energy, you don't have to react.
Yeah.
He has self-trust. He has self-worth. He's not going to give in to that. He's going to stay true to himself and give the energy he wants to, because he's not reactive. I love that.
Yeah.
I wish I could be a monk.
Yeah, right.
Not really. That's a lot.
I don't know. Maybe.
I like my life.
Yeah, except for
Everything.
everything that goes along with being a monk. But yeah, did you see the dog? What's the dog's name? Aloka, something like that? Yeah, they've got this dog, and I guess they were walking in India somewhere, and the dog followed them. And he said it's not uncommon to have strays follow them, but the dog had followed them for like 30 days or something. And so they decided to adopt the dog. They said the dog deserves better because when they left there, the dog would have been back out on the street and stuff. And this little dog just follows them. And if you see him on social media, the dog looks enlightened. He's got this look in his eye. I'm like, holy cow, that's cool.
But animals can sense energy. They say cats will like get on you and knead and stuff because they can sense like where your energy is. This dog probably was like, whoa, look at this energy.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
As a dog, that's where I would go.
Hey, my dog Abigail, man, she is gifted. She understands energy, healing work. She's got 3 big stones in her bed that are about 6 inches across. She picked them So those stones were in my friend Lakota. She's a Native American medicine woman. She did a ceremony, and those stones were in the ceremony. And we had a bunch of them on the back deck, and she was looking at them. I said, "Do you want one?" And she looked at me. I said, "Well, pick it out." And she went and touched another one. Then she's looking at me. She didn't walk away. I said, "Do you want another?" And she picked two. So she now has three in her bed. And anything sacred like that, she'll grab and take those and run. And that's a trip.
Oh,
It's a
I'm
trip.
excited to get a mirror, and I got to see these stones. I got to see what she picked.
Yeah, right?
What are you picking, girl?
Yeah. So how did you start this journey? I mean, how did you become an embodiment coach?
The journey. Okay, so it all started in 2019. I guess it kind of started at childhood. Have you ever heard that, like, you choose your parents?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For the longest time as a child, I would always be like, that's not how I would have done it. And they didn't love that.
Mhm.
Let me tell you. So then in 2019, I was married and he was in the military. They sent him to rehab. And when he came back that day, I didn't realize it, but he had already been drinking. I went to a fashion show. I came back and he was passed out. I couldn't find my kids. I just lost it. Found out he had a girlfriend in rehab, just all this. My whole life was just crumbling. And I didn't want to get up. I just wanted to lay down and just not have to deal. And I started like trying to find myself again, trying to find myself like love, worth, you know what I mean? My passion, whatever. So I drew a circle and I put my name in the middle of it. And I put all the things I could think of about myself that I was learning or that I liked about myself. And so I started going through those things, trying them out and figuring out what was authentic to me. So at first, I created a blog and it was called The Manifesting Mama, and that's now my Instagram handle. I just restarted it though. So I started dating myself, trying to figure out what I like. And someone had told me when I was younger that I should be a model. So I started dabbling into that. But I'm a master manifester. Like, I'm a Pisces, so I'm like, I'm gonna be this. And then, like, I just step into that identity.
Nice.
So I did that. And then a couple months later, I'm getting modeling gigs, I'm booking it. But I'm like, I don't really want people to just, like, look at me for my body. Like, I don't want my body to be the most interesting thing about me. What else could I do to empower people? So then I was like, okay, I've always liked dental. I'll jump into that. So I went to dental, and I was like, oh, my God, this is disgusting.
Yeah, that's not a job I'm going to do.
It's disgusting. So I started taking some courses on female embodiment, somatic work, and it was really just for me. I found that when I was in dental, I was carrying a lot of stuff. People come in and they're like, I'm like, hi, how are you doing? Come on back. And they're like, I don't want to be here. I hate the dentist. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm at work. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, what do you want me to be? Like, I'm trying to help you. And they're like, well, I'm in pain. And I was like, oh, this is the same tooth we told you about 2 years ago? Okay. Like, and now it's an emergency. So, like, they were so mad all the time that it was draining me. And I was trying to figure out how to protect myself from that, how to shield myself and stay in my feminine energy, how to do different exercises to release stored energy in my body and to calm myself and to make sure that I was okay. So once I started doing that, my friends saw it. They're like, what is happening to you? What's different about you? Like for like a month, every person I saw was like, what's going on with you? Like, what are you doing differently? You got a new man? Like something's happening. You're glowing. And I was like, I just started giving myself the love I give to others. You know what I mean? Like, I would know every Sunday I do like my Sunday reset. And there would be times that I know what I need to do for my self-care, but a kid needs me or this is dirty or whatever. And I was like, no, you have to stop abandoning yourself. Do what you need to do for you, and then you can go put out a fire. But stop making everyone else such a priority. Everyone else is so urgent, and I'm not. That's how I ended up crying on the floor in Spain, broken.
Sure.
So I just started doing the work. And once I started doing the work, other people were seeing it. And I did take courses to get certified, but it was just for me. But then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can help you with this. Oh, yeah, I can do this. Oh, your man doesn't want you because you're focusing too much on him. Focus on this. And then she started focusing on her photography business. That started blowing up. Men, not just him, men wanted her. You know what I mean? So I realized in life, I was always telling my parents what they should have been doing differently, coaching them. Dentistry, I wanted it to empower people, to make people smile, to make people more confident, which coaching does. So I realized this whole time that I've been called to do this, but I didn't understand what it was. Pieces of me have been pulled this way, but I wasn't ready to listen. I didn't have the self-trust of whatever I do, I can figure it out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was still kind of playing small. And this is my yes year. This is my year of not playing small anymore.
Good. Good.
So,
It's funny how we play small, isn't it?
funny?
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad. I think human nature, for whatever reason, goes towards the negative, goes towards that, and instead of the other way around. But, who knows? So how do people find you? Where would they go to find you?
Mostly it's on Instagram right now because so I did start a free school community. So people who are having issues in the community, they can post like, I'm trying to manifest money. We're doing a free money manifesting challenge right now. Or I want love or whatever. And I want the goal to be that community is a place that people can show up and they can all be collectively helping each other.
Sure.
So if you don't want to pay for anything or you can't pay for anything or you're just wanting to know what it's like to start working on yourself, I want you to have a place to go. I don't want you to have to pay for it or, I want to remove any block from you saying no.
Nice.
Because I want you genuinely to love yourself and to be a better person.
So there's a free place to go for
A
them to
free
connect
school.
and have a support system.
Yep, I call it the Regulated, Rich, and Radiant because there's different courses. Some of them are regulating your nervous system and just taking a step to sit with yourself, to not be in the urgent, I have to do this right now, stressful energy, to just calm yourself. And then the rich part is we're doing a free money manifesting challenge right now. And then I have other, I call them rich identity activations. And then the radiant part is there's a course and it goes over like self-abandonment, self-care, self-sabotage, like all the beliefs. And that is like an audio-based thing. And then I give them a workbook so they can go through and start seeing what they're saying to themselves. Start seeing the patterns that are showing up and start shifting them in real time because one little shift, you may not feel it. You may not be like, oh, that was the shift that changed my life. But these little micro actions, these little decisions that you're making in your day are showing up in your 3D reality. You just don't see it sometimes. But if I can help you to make better decisions or I can help you to have better self-talk, did I say that right? Yeah.
Talk, yeah.
Then I want to do that. And it's, for me, giving value to people, for me, helping people, I think I'll be happy knowing that I did that. In my heart of hearts, whether I'm poor or rich, I know I want to help people.
Made a difference.
I want, if I've been through all this crying and sadness and whatever, I'm going to use it.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. The suffering is based on me. And I choose not to suffer. I choose not to be a victim. I choose to go through that, see that, and figure out how I can use this to help.
Nice.
Because I don't want to go through it for nothing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important. Somebody told me a long time ago that we take turns saving each other. And I never forgot that. Because that's what we do. So they're going to go, if they're looking for you, they're going to go on Instagram. And what's your Instagram again?
The Manifesting Mama.
The Manifesting Mama. Well, I've enjoyed having you on the show. This has been fun. Is there anything you want to tell the audience? Because we're in over 100 countries. We're in Japan. We're in Russia. We are in Australia. We're just about everywhere. If you want to get better or if you want to heal and get better, they're listening to this show. So if you wanted to tell them something, what would you like to say?
I would tell them to remember that it starts with them, that they can give themselves permission to make change. They don't have to wait to feel ready. They don't have to wait for someone else. They can do it. Like that cage you talked about, I pictured a cage on top of a cage on top of a cage.
Yes.
And then I pictured the key being my heart to unlock all those cages. It takes you giving yourself permission to love yourself.
That's right. I seen this picture on Facebook or something. And, what was that? It was a person inside of a cage and they're holding the key.
Key, yes.
And I'm like, God, that just hit at home so hard. And having the courage to step through and to do something. If you want to change your life, if you want to connect, if you want to reach out, check out Amber, and you've got programs for everybody.
No, literally everything that I've been through, I'm like, I have to find a way to make this help someone.
That's right. And it's the Manifesting Mama.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Manifesting Mama. I'll have it on my page. Thank you so much, Amber, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. We've got the best audience. If you have any questions, reach out to me at VB Healer on Instagram. VBHealer.com is my website. We love you guys. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.